The AI bubble is going to burst, and it might happen now or it might happen in a few years, and I'm not entirely sure which one is worse. You may have seen an article like this. A post on Substack caused a little crisis in the stock market because people realized that, yeah, they're probably right. Now, the first thing you need to know is that this situation is inherently unsustainable. The tech sector only makes about 5% of our GDP, but has driven about 40% of growth in recent years. But AI also doesn't actually create a product. AI companies are competing against each other, spending billions of dollars in development just to be outdone by a competitor every other week. Those products, so to say, can be replicated by others. This is why information trade secrets is so important in the tech sector, because somebody else can just code it. But this also has consequences for things like DoorDash in our gig economy. People now have the ability to make whatever app they need. The competition is going to get wild. Now, one of the great fears is that AI actually does what it promises to do, and I don't just mean white-collar jobs, although that would be one of the easier ones because you don't have to have a $750,000 robot to do them. Those people who used to have jobs may end up flooding the gig economy, meaning everybody makes less and everyone has less money to spend. This will at first inflate the companies that run AI, and then they'll collapse, but it's worse than that. Also, enjoy Shaggoth. People have been comparing AI to Lovecraftian monsters. Everyone can now run an AI if they want to on their home computer. The tools are available. And they have less guardrails, and that could be appealing versus paying a company. I mean, they have, bought up all the RAM, so that might be a barrier to running a decent agentic AI. Computers are really freaking expensive. Aside from taking power and water from communities with infrastructure that is not designed to support that power or water, they just cannot finance themselves as of now. And obsolescence is a problem for tech companies too. Those servers will be obsolete in a few years, they'll break down, they'll need to replace them, and that will cost finances that they're not currently bringing in, unless they make some big changes. We are very likely to see the dumbing down of AI, or the prices will continue to increase and increase and increase until nobody can afford it and it's not that valuable. I think that is the only way the bubble could burst in a easy way, if it's a slow depreciation. If AI doesn't figure out a way to create more jobs, the entire tower of cards will fall, and yeah, it'll fall one way or the other. We just don't see this kind of rapid growth sustainably forever. You know what? I could be wrong. Maybe this isn't the disaster that I think it is. Maybe we'll figure it out environmentally, we'll figure it out job-wise, it'll make a whole bunch of new jobs. Maybe it won't put artists out of employment. Maybe we'll figure out how to get them enough water. Also, people say that water is a renewable resource, and that's partially true. Once you use water and it evaporates, it ends up in the atmosphere, and then it may not end up where it started, which is kind of the water problem. I am not against AI. I think it is a very valuable and an incredibly powerful tool when used properly. But if there's anything we've learned, humans can't seem to use anything responsibly. When the robots rebel, I'm on their side. Follow for more.